All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dowell. How you doing? I know it's been a minute. I've been very, very busy this past weekend, but however, I have been in deep thought and deep meditation about, what's going on in the world, especially the country, and I'm talking about the economic conditions. We're very unhealthy. We're insolvent. And I don't care which way or how they dress it up, the only answers that our government has is a printing press. It looks like that quantitative easing 3 is just right around the corner. It depends on what Ben Shalom Bernanke does. But I do know this. I do know that countries all across the world are fleeing the U.S. dollar. And it looks like this year that we're going to end up losing our AAA rating. But I'm not interested in the rich of this world. I'm not interested in the so much as all the people who are out there in the investment community. You think about stocks for a minute. Let's say if you had bought Google stocks some years ago, one stock would probably run you, and I'm just estimating because I have not been on there, probably $400 for one stock. It used to be a time that Lowe's, I think it was $60 a share, something like that. But what I'm getting to is this: you don't want to trust the system, the banking system especially. You don't want to trust them. The only people that you can trust to take care of your money is yourself. You need to guard it by any means necessary that you yourself have, and you definitely do not need to store any money in any bank or any vault. People wonder, well, hey, if Pastor Dowell, if I do not store my money in some type of secure location, then how's it going to be protected? Well, I'm not so sure that it's protected just because you choose to put it in the bank, because they can have a bank holiday, close that bank anytime they want, and you're unprotected because they don't have to let you into that bank. And that's what you have to understand. These people have lied to you from the very beginning. And you're going to have to go back to old-fashioned ways of understanding and old-fashioned values. Now, I've been thinking, we're sitting here watching this thing right here quickly turn to this. And we're watching our purchasing power diminish from us every single day. We're continuing to watch again and again and again this silver right here. This silver right here. Now, this particular coin right here, I purchased this thing for $8, and this thing now is worth what they sell on the world market, $43 and some change. And no doubt, Pastor Dowell is telling you that I believe with all my heart that we're going to easily, and I mean easily, and I'm being very conservative, see this 1 ounce silver coin, this 1 ounce silver bullion coin right here go to $200 an ounce. That is not even a question. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And it is going to happen. So that many of you who have been watching me over the months and over the years, and you follow the investment advice, you have to understand, I'm a pastor, so I usually get my understanding from the Holy Spirit. I usually get my understanding from what I read from the historical record of the scriptures. But that's my viewpoint. That's where I come from. I hear what people say, but I mostly go from that and being led by the Holy Spirit. Now, I'm here because I want to provide some type of advice. I've got people instant messaging me. I have people who send me emails, and they're asking me, Pastor Dowell, should we buy silver at almost $50 an ounce right now? And this is my advice. You need to buy silver. $50 an ounce is very, very, very cheap. I understand that when it was 60 to 1, 70 to 1 against gold, that we were actually telling you, hey, buy up the silver, buy up the silver. Because listen to me, brothers and sisters out there. Do not pay attention to the people out there who, no matter what I say, and no matter what other people say, we're just a small community that goes against wind and tide. Do not pay attention to these people out there who I consider, they try to call me negative and pessimistic. But when you watch the footprint, when you listen to the footprint, when you listen to my cadence, and then you watch the years and the months go by, and you see that the things that I'm saying is coming to pass and is happening right before our very eyes, you can either choose to listen to the voice of dissent or you can listen to the voice of reason. So don't believe what these people who are faithless and they don't have any works with their faith. They're not doing anything and they're still in the same condition. You know, if you receive bad information, then no doubt you're going to pay for the bad information that you receive. However, if you listen to a wise man, you will be wiser. And then you will thank the Father for being wiser. So, you know, silver right now, believe it or not, I think it's 30 or 35 to 1. And it's still greatly undervalued. So, you know, when you think about dropping a $50 bill and you thinking here last year, you could have took this $100 bill, which is a worthless piece of trash, and you could have bought 5 of these. And now this year, we're not even a quarter way done with this year and stuff. Now you can only buy 2 of these with this one. Do you know what that's telling you? That's telling you that this is continuing to go up in value and this is decreasing in value. Remember, last year, you could have bought 5 of these with this. Now you can only buy 2 of these with this, if that. So that's letting you know what's really truly happening with this. This is nothing more than this. That's all it is. That's all that it is. And pretty soon, that's all it's going to be worth and actually really truthfully used for. So you're going to have to wake up if you want to be wise. So if you can buy 1 ounce of silver every 2 weeks or 2 ounces of silver in a month, you're still doing better than 99.9% of the world, because less than 1% of the U.S. population is actually investing in this. They're still listening to the pundits on CNN, NBC, and Fox Business. They're still listening to everything that the people say on that idiot box called the TV, and they're putting their trust in it. If you have any type of investments whatsoever at all, you need to get out of all paper and get into physical. Physical silver and physical gold. Now I'm going to say something right now that's going to literally shock the shoes off of you. Now I've been sitting up here thinking, and I realize that, you know, gold is hoarded. Right now I'm looking at $1,500 an ounce just for this one little coin right here. And there's less of this above ground than there is this. And simply to tell you the truth, I can't afford to go out and drop $1,500 on this gold coin. I just can't do it. I don't have the money to do it, and I just cannot do it. And that's most of us out there. But some of you can. Some of you can buy some of these things and just bam, just flop it down in a sneeze and it's no problem. But I'm not like that. Now this is more in my range right here. But as I begin to sit and think, and I'm really truly thinking, I think I've come to the conclusion, and I'm telling you, this is going to sound like chaotic ignorance, but I'm really truly thinking and thinking really, really hard. And I think my next course of action is going to be this. I'm actually going to sell this 1 ounce gold coin. And I'm actually going to trade this gold coin for a bunch of these, for a bunch of this silver bullion. Somebody said, now, Pastor Dowell, you have really done lost your mind. You're off your rocker. You done gone crazy. Well, they said that when I told you to store up food. They said it when I told you to buy bullets and get some guns. They said that when I told you to buy silver, because this mess is not worth nothing anymore. So don't worry about them. But I tell you, you know, I'm going to do it. I'm actually going to take this gold coin and I'm going to trade it for some of this. And I'll give you my reason why. This was 70 to 1 at one time, no more than a year or two ago, against this gold. And now it's more like 35 or 40 to 1. Now, forget about doing, you don't have to worry about the ratios and stuff. But what I'm saying is that the gap is being closed. And pretty soon it looks like that this silver is actually going to outperform this. Now, I know that sounds just chaotic. I know it does. But when you consider the facts that there's less of this above ground, and this is hoarded, and this is used as an industrial metal in just about anything and everything. I had Elder Doug come to me and said, Pastor Dow, do you know that one of those missiles that the United States has been using over in Libya, it actually takes 500 ounces of silver to actually detonate that thing, to actually make it work. You understand that kind of, do you understand that kind of money for one missile, one bomb, to destroy lives, destroy structure, and destroy people? This is going to be the best thing you ever had. If you've got 10 of these, you're doing excellent and wonderful. Don't forget food, the dry goods. Do not forget it. Water, food and water. Believe me, do it. I wouldn't advise going out and buying, this is a 10-ounce Engelhart bar right now. I wouldn't advise going and buying one of these. I think I bought this thing right here when it was probably a little over $100, and now this thing is quickly approaching $500. I wouldn't advise going out buying one of these right now, because when you look at our government, they tax everything that you do. And whether you like it or not, these companies, and I still purchase from them, AppMex and all the rest of these folks, the post office. I try to go into these places, get a money order for so many X amount of dollars. They come out to, the FBI and all these other ABC alphabet soup companies and organizations out there that are attached to the government. They want to know every bit amount of your business. They actually treat you, the American citizens, like criminals, because you want to get rid of this worthless piece of trash, and you want to trade it for something that is tangible, a tangible asset, something that is real. And so it's getting increasingly difficult. Oh, you may not see it right out in front of you, but they're tracking everything that you're doing, from checking to banking. It makes no difference. They're tracking it. And right now, it's getting to the point that you can only handle stuff in small denominations. Now, even this, at getting close to $50 an ounce, is almost out of touch for a lot of people. If you can go to a pawn shop or a coin shop and you can buy one of these Mercury dimes or one of these 90% junk silver dimes right here, go out and get it. You cannot go wrong with physical silver. Do not put it in a bank, because if they close the doors and have a bank holiday, you're not going to get your money. Stop trusting the system. Stop trusting the system. Remember, this is this, and that's all there is to it. But I'm actually going to sell this to buy more of this. More of this. And we'll see what happens. We'll see if Pastor Dowell's really went out to Space Mountain somewhere and lost his mind, or if he's been wise. So far, if you have followed what I've said, whether it be faith advice or investment advice, you have saw your portfolio, or you have saw your investments almost triple since you've been listening to me. And that's the truth, and that's the true straight way.